Hello folks, hello family. New week, new liquidity, new opportunities. I want to take a few of your minutes and look into what we're likely to have this coming week. And what you're looking at in front of you is a chart, DXY weekly chart. And what my concern is in this chart, I want us to measure the range, this range high and this range low, and we work with the 50% of this range. See that? So before we start going lower, remember on a higher time frame, dollar is from the monthly, weekly. We've been watching the previous week's recaps and outlooks. That is what I anticipate. But before we go down, I want to see price move higher. Another reason why I want price to move higher to this above 50%, where last week price closed above that high there. So hopefully I'm hoping that it will open high to at least 50% of this range high and range low. So that is what I will look into this going into this coming week. And remember, it's all about patience, all about patience, all the time, patience, and all the time patience. So we can remove the rest. So this is the 50%, the 50% of our range high and range low. So last week, for those who have been here, we've been doing this. We've been buying all this all along. All came down here last week. You saw what happened. So much consolidation, but again, we went to our zone. We told you when you see a candle like this without a wick, most of the time it's likely to act as a magnet or attract price. So what you're seeing here, from the fair value gap, what do we have? The last up close candle closing above this here. So what is this one? That is a valid order block. Yep, you get it. So we have a bullish valid OB there on a daily chart. And what happened? Price actually rejected that on Friday, plus OB. Yeah, you see a beautiful reaction from here. So I am into this one, and if you look closer here, we have a very small fair value gap here. So if price decide to open low again to this to go high, or open to 50% of this gap here this week, then go high, that's still okay. So you will watch two cases. We'll watch this week, the upper quad of this week there, and the order block, or just the fair value gap. Remember, we will always be patient and wait and see what price happens. So my target is this coming week. This is above 50% of this range high and low from the weekly chart. That is where my interest is. But if I can see price closing up below this one, then we can change our bias, continue to go lower, right? Okay. So I want to see it open low high before we start to looking for lower prices. But earlier I want to see it going high and then lower. So this is DXY daily. I don't want to go lower than that. That's enough. We look at Euro USD on a daily chart also. This is beautiful. We've been doing this. Remember, we've been selling all this one, but still there is something here that hasn't been tagged. So what I want now, once we take out this low here into what? A key level fair value gap here. I want to see price now rejecting, then we can start thinking of going higher. Higher time frame, monthly, weekly, all that. I'm bullish on currencies. So look at this one. So we had price closing below here. What is that? That is also an order block. That is a bearish order block. So this being a bearish order block, all I want to see is price again. You see 50% of this week and below. So price to open high, then take this low. Okay. After doing that, then we can see now, I want to see price behaving like this and going high. All right. I want you to be patient enough. You realize I'm all patient. I don't want to rush things. This is money on the line. You don't have to hurry. Okay. So if you look at 4H, in 4H, this is good. So this is what I want to see Euro doing this week. If it doesn't, of course, you change your bias. So I will highlight you on that. So we have this low here. So I want to see price doing what? Going lower from here to this low here, and then tato swooping that, then going all the way up there. So this small low here is our sell side liquidity. See that? So when price is going, so this fair value gap to drop price lower to weekly FVG, taking out that this low, then we can have higher prices all the way up. That is simple analogy on Euro USD. We look at GBP USD. On GBP USD daily, I wanted to see something here. So we had this fair value gap which got inverted there. Price came back last week. If you look closer here, now that I'm bullish on this already is reacting from a key level. That is an inversion fair value gap. Price on Friday pumped higher, closing above Thursday's high. What is this? This is what? A bullish order block. Okay. Now, if this is a bullish order block, then what I anticipate is this one. As Euro USD is dropping lower to make cause an SMT, I want this open lower to this order block or 50% of this order block, and then we continue higher to where you see targets is not a problem. You can target this high, you can target this high, this high, this high. So getting out is not really a problem, and like where should you go in. So I want to be sure, and at least before you react, get enough data to do that. So if you check the 4 hour, remember I'm now touching on daily, weekly, and 4 hour. I don't want to, go to 1 hour if the 4 hours is not yet played out. So now in 4H, I want to see price closing. You see, we have still this daily order block, and my target will be these highs, like this one there. So we have this range low taken there. I want to see price all the way up there. So objectively, if you are patient enough like me, you can wait for price to close above this series of down close candles there, right? But because we have a daily order block from here, you can wait for price to come down. We have a fair value gap here. We have an inversion, so I don't expect to come all the way down here because this was respected, went, and then we have this and this one. So if it can come down to the lower one here, dump there, and then I see price pumping higher. So this is also another case scenario that we need to watch out. So as simple as it is, looks like that. It requires patience. Only respond after you see price is behaving well from a higher time frame key level. So this is GBP USD. As outlined here, then I will only be patient to see whether price will do what with respect. So this is that inversion. This is a sell side liquidity here taken out. Price moves high, close above this daily order block. So I expect to see that, and then higher prices. I've said I'm not going to 1 hour because I want to see the daily, the 4 hour PDRs being respected before I react or respond as per what the market will bring on board. All right. So that is a DXY EUGU. I want to look at GJ and EJ. If you look at the weekly chart on Euro JPY, I'm on this pair still. Remember earlier I told you that we have this range low and this range high, and where price is currently, we are likely to tap into this range high because it's too near than coming down here, right? So we had fair value gap, price closed above this last down close candle, order block there. Price has been playing around that. So if we look at the daily chart, on the daily chart we have price coming back down here, fair value gap, liquidity sweep, going higher, coming back, order block there, going high again, coming back, another order block there. Actually last week I was waiting for the price to close above this daily. What is this? One candle up, one candle down, another candle up. That is a balanced price range there. All right, so this is a daily BPR balanced price range, right? You see that? So once price closed above here, then now I will trade this one. I will trade this one once I confirm one thing. Okay, so this is a daily chart, and you see on Friday price reacted from that daily balanced price range. Now I want to take you to 4 hours and show you something very nice. You see this? So inside that daily balanced price range, we have something that price was reacting off from last week. You see that? So price reacted from this fair value gap here. So my eyes goes up here. Okay, so what I anticipate, the best case scenario, I wish price could have expanded higher to close above this. You see this high here, the last down close candle off from a fair value gap. If I can see price closing there, that will be okay. But again, I want you to be keen enough. Price can decide again to do what? Come take out this low here. There's no harm if it does that. So if it decides to turtle soup that and then go high, that is still okay, right? If it decides to continue high from here, close above there, and then we can get another run up. So I'm heavily bullish on Euro JPY. You see that? So I will watch this one with some extra eye. I think this is good. If you can get an entry, this is a very good setup. Yeah, we can get an entry. This is a good setup depending on where. If we are going up there, that means stop loss there. If we are coming and getting an entry off this key level there, stop loss below there, this order block with a fair value gap, then we target this high. So that will be a very nice 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, depending on where we will get our entry from. That is Euro JPY. Let's look at GBP JPY. So GBP JPY, we look at the weekly chart. Such an amazing setup here. So if you find the currency, the EUGU are not fine, I sometimes run and hide here. So look at this. We took out this liquidity. We have a range high here. On our weekly chart, we have inverted this fair value gap, and now I think price should support higher prices from here. We have still also a range high, range low. This range is the highs has more low resistance. It could run. So on a daily chart, look at this one here. So on a daily chart also, if you look keenly, if you can modify this, we also had another quickly there. That's another PDRA inversion fair value gap. Price closed above it, so this one never closed, came back once more, then pumped higher, closing then Friday. Now when it did this one, I want to see two things happen here, one of which you can target this high up there. So what you're looking at, we have a fair value gap here. Okay, price can decide to let this remain open because we have an order block close above there, and then we have price rejecting 50% of this inversion fair value gap. You see that? So I will be watching to see if price is coming down to this to go high, or price is only interested from here, just open to around below the wick here and fail to tap into this fair value gap, and then do what? And then go high to this highs there. So this is also another pair I will be so much interested to watch. So you realize today I'm just going into specifics. Why? Because I did extensive work on the previous outlooks, and you see we are stuck into our bias. We haven't changed a thing. So today is just direct daily 4 hour, and then we can wait for this week to pan out and see what we can be able to take. So not all these pairs will print out, of course. We only work with the high probability ones. If you find EJ has played out, you haven't, take the one that has played out, maximize your entries, and then always get your targets out of logical levels. That is session highs and lows, previous highs and lows, days highs and lows, previous 3 days highs and lows, something like that, all the highs and lows, and you're good to go. Done with GJ. I want to look at USD JPY. Right, so USD, we go to weekly chart also. I'm just doing a very simple top-down analysis. So we did, I don't know which lines are these ones. Let's remove this. So we had a failure swing here, price closing above this weekly fair value gap, turning it into an inversion fair value gap. So I think this high can be okay before we start to think of going lower. The same way dollar is, I said it's supposed to go to that 50% of that range. If you measure this one, this seems to be already there. You see that? But it has inversed this. So the next key level we can get into is the 75 level. Then we can find our way down. So we will watch this one from that angle and see what can happen. So if we drop down to daily, yes. So see this one. Remember we were in this bullish move all the way. Liquidity sweep, order block, fair value gap, came back again, order block there, fair value gap, and then pumped higher. So remember, this is the weekly inversion fair value gap. So also we have this area here, which I think you should watch clearly. I want to see price do what? Open lower here and pump higher, just like that. So like this one, you don't need to go down to 15 minutes to confuse yourself further. Okay, I want to see price done. Once it rejects this low here, we see we have a fair value gap here, which is also aligning with, overlapping with the weekly inversion fair value gap. So either this happens, number one, or you see this down close candle, pumping close above. This is also an order block. Okay, so price can decide to open low and then continue higher from this order block, or open lower to this fair value gap and do what? Continue higher. How do we invalidate this one? Price should close below this. If you see price behaving like this, opening all the way, closing like that, then from here, then we go lower all the way to this key level low here. All right. So that's how you invalidate a key level. For those who say, then how do you invalidate that zone? That is what you're supposed to look into. All right. So this is a daily chart, and this is where I stop this one. Why? I want to see how price will react from the levels that I've just shown you. This order block here, or this fair value gap. But if it can drop this one, even the better, because we'll have an order block with what? A fair value gap overlapping with an inversion fair value gap, then price going higher. Right? Yes, so those are the major pairs I'm watching this week on currencies or on the Forex field. I will do another video on futures. I realized I need to make this short as possible, because you see, if I combine the futures here, it will go almost to 1 hour, but this is 19 minutes solid, less than 25 minutes, which we can easily go in, watch, go to your charts, see whether there is logic. You can come with your own bias. You wait, let's watch what the weekly, how the weekly prints out, and then we are good to go. Always learn. Also, always go to your charts. Always don't trust what I say, because this is just what my mind reads price like. But what your mind does also should come on board. Tweet your charts there. Tag me along. Let's see. And then this is my logic. Lemayan, what do you let's print. Don't ask me what do you think. You just tag me and say, this is what I'm anticipating this week. Let's see how the week behaves. Because if I tell you that is wrong, definitely you will not learn. But if you tag me along and say, this is what I'm thinking, we be patient and see what the market will do. Those are the real guys who want to grow, not those guys who come with, you're wrong, this is not going to print that direction, oh, you're this, and no. We are not there to fight, we are not there to argue, but to share solid knowledge and ready to improve on our mistakes. And I told you, for the few weeks that have passed, we've been calling these markets like we understand what is happening like the back of our hands. That does not mean it is going to be merry each and every single week. When you make a loss, adjust, change buyers, quickly flip the coin and know what their problem is. Don't get a loss and then again you buy. You are buying, you get a loss, again you buy, without relaxing and trying to ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Guys, you are an amazing guys, and I believe that by the end of this year, you look back and appreciate the few nuggets that I've been throwing here up and down. I pray that we see each other next week, alive and kicking. So remember to subscribe, share this channel to a few people who want to learn also, and leave a comment where you deem it right. I will share the features outlook later. Until next time, be safe.